Why don't you just see how much you can get?
Z.
You don't have to go through with it, just see.
The negotiation between Zion and Belinda on the one side and Gary on the other side in White Lotus is an interesting example that raises a number of issues that we talk about in negotiation class.
NBA, baby, hey.
The first consideration that I would like to raise has to do with the ethical consequences of negotiation. Obviously, the negotiation that they engage in is ethically fraught on a number of levels, but I would like to object to Zion's implication that MBA students don't care about the ethical implications of their choices.
Business major at U of H. I don't care about what you did, what you're gonna do. All I care about is business and the bottom line.
At Berkeley Haas and in my class, ethics are front and center when we're talking about negotiations and how to think about the outcomes of negotiations for the parties at the table and their consequences for the parties not present.
I mean, plus you'll need a professional to help you negotiate this deal anyway, so.
The negotiation in White Lotus centers on the case of blackmail, in which Belinda and Zion have incriminating information about Gary. When they're at the negotiating table, Zion makes a request.
$5 million.
She's uncomfortable with what her son has proposed. In doing so, she undermines his credibility vis-a-vis Gary. Gary starts to doubt whether the two of them are coordinated on strategy, and maybe she might be willing to settle for something less. She then contradicts that implication when she gets up and walks out.
I'm not doing this. He's not giving us any money, and this is a waste of time, okay? Now let's go.
But then when Zion follows her into the hallway, then she reveals that she's engaging in a ploy where she's trying to play good cop, bad cop, and empowers Zion to ask for more and show Gary that she is willing to walk away.
Tell him that your mother's a very honest lady, okay? But he better come through.
One of the big lessons that I offer to my students in negotiation class here at Berkeley Haas has to do with thinking about your BATNA, your best alternative to a negotiated agreement, which clarifies what you're going to do if you walk away from the table. If there's no deal, what is each party going to get?
Is there enough money here for everyone to get their happy ending?
In a blackmail situation like this, it's not obvious that the parties are better off making a deal. Gary can only be sure of his secret staying secret is if Belinda is unable to communicate it, and the possibility that he might hurt or do away with Belinda and Zion in order to keep his secret is a threat that he's got to be thinking about at some level and that they've got to be worried about at some level, which makes Belinda's decision to get out of Thailand at the end very wise.
I don't want to be down the road from him when he changes his mind.
Obviously, the negotiation situation between Belinda and Zion on the one hand and Gary on the other is ethically problematic at many levels. My advice to my students and to you is to avoid being involved in a blackmail negotiation if you can possibly avoid it.